Immunity. The term immunity is defined as a resistance exhibited by the host against any foreign antigen involving microorganisms. This resistance plays a major role in prevention of infectious disease. The immunity may be innate or acquired. Innate immunity. It is the resistance which individual possesses by the birth. It is by the virtue of his genetic and constitutional makeup. Type of innate immunity is species immunity. It refers to the resistance to a pathogen shown by a members of particular species. Example: Bacillus anthracis infects human beings but not chickens. Racial immunity. Within one species, different races may exhibit difference in susceptibility or resistance to infection. This is termed as a racial immunity. This is reported that American Negroes are more susceptible than the white races to tuberculosis. Individual immunity. The resistance to infections vary with different individuals of same races and species. This is known as individual immunity. Acquired immunity. The resistance acquired by an individual during life is known as acquired immunity. It is of two types: active and passive. Active immunity. The active immunity is subdivided into two types: natural and artificial. Natural immunity through clinical or subclinical infection. Artificial, induced by vaccination. Vaccines. The vaccines are prepared from live, attenuated or killed microorganisms or their antigen or toxoids. In kill vaccines, the organisms are killed by heat, formalin, phenol and alcohol. The toxoids are prepared from bacterial in exotoxin inactivated by formalin, formal toxoid, or by alum precipitate toxoid, APT. The toxoids are immunologically but not toxigenic. Examples of live vaccine: BCG for tuberculosis, TY21A for typhoid, Sabin vaccine for poliomyelitis, MMR vaccine for measles, mumps, rubella. Examples of killed vaccine: TAP for enteric fever, killed cholera vaccine, Salk vaccine for poliomyelitis, hepatitis B vaccines. Examples of toxoids: tetanus toxoid for tetanus, diphtheria toxoids for diphtheria. Passive immunity. The passive immunity is subdivided into two types: natural and artificial. Natural, it is a transfer from mother to fetus or infant. The transfer of maternal antibody to fetus transplacentally and to infant through milk colostrum protects them till their own immune system matures into functions. Artificial, it is through parental administration of antibody. The agent used for artificial passive immunity or hyperimmune sera of animal or human origin. The convalescent sera and pooled human gamma globulin. Use of passive immunization to provide immediate short-term protection in a non-immune host faces with the threat of serious infection. For suppression of active immunity which may be injurious. Example is to use Rh immunoglobulin during delivery to prevent immune response to Rh factor in Rh negative mother with Rh positive babies. For treatment of serious infections, the differentiating features of active and passive immunity as shown in the figure. Active immunity produces actively by immune system. Passive immunity receives passive by the host. The host immune system does not participate. Induces by infection or by contact with immunogen. Confers by administration of ready-made antibodies. Long-lasting and effective protections. Passive immunity protection short-lived and less effective. Active immunity. The immunity is effective only after lag period, that is time required for generation of antibody. Passive immunity is effective immediately. Active immunity, immunological memory present thereafter, subsequent challenge is more effective. Booster effect. Passive immunity, no immunological memory, subsequent administration of antibody is less effective due to immune elimination. Active immunity, negative phase may occur. This is due to antigen combination with already existing antibody and lowering in its level. Passive immunity, no negative phase. Active immunity not applicable in immunodeficient person. Passive immunity applicable in immunodeficient person. Active immunity used for prophylaxis to increase antibody resistance. Example, BCG vaccine. Passive immunity used for treatment of acute infections. Miscellaneous, the combined immunity, a combination of active and passive immunization is employed simultaneously, which is known as a combined immunization. The passive immunity provides the protection necessary till the active immunity becomes effective. Herd immunity, it refers to the overall resistance in a community. When herd immunity is low, chance of epidemic increases on introduction of a suitable pathogen. The eradication of any communicable disease depends on development of high level of herd immunity rather than the of immunity in individuals.